Hello, good evening. Good evening, everyone. We'll get started in just a minute. Good evening. Hello, everyone. So glad you're joining us. So glad you're joining. Hi. I hope you guys all had a good day. This is Naomi from Naomi Books LLC. And tonight we're going to have another episode of Kid Author Connect. I am very happy that you're with me. You're going to have a nice time this evening getting to know another children's book author. Her name is MEKAEL Black, and she's going to be joining me in just a minute. And for those of you who are not familiar with our format, it's a little bit different. It's kind of fun and unique. The questions that I'll be asking the author are questions that were submitted by you. So I have them all here on little cards. I'm going to shuffle them up and we're going to ask MEKAEL these questions and get to know her a little better, okay? So we'll get started. MEKAEL, if you can request to join, and we'll bring you on and we'll get started. I have some really good questions. You guys have really been doing good submitting the questions. Okay, and here we go. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, she should be coming on in just a second. There she is. Hi.
Hi.
How are you? Let me make sure I can hear you very well. Hopefully everyone can hear. Can you hear me well, MEKAEL?
I can hear you great. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you at all.
Okay. All right, let me see. Oh, goodness. What about now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, good. So how are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. I'm fine. I'm so excited about our interview.
I know. I'm excited too.
Good. Did you have a good day today?
I did.
Good. Good. Nice holiday?
Yes, we went to the beach.
That is nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to start getting out and doing things again, right?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so this is Kid Author Connect, and I do want to say right from the beginning that you are one of my sister authors. You're in our group, and for those of you who aren't familiar with the sister authors yet, it's a group of sisters who are also children's book authors, and we support each other. We do things together, and we try to bring the community of children's book authors together. So MEKAEL is very special to me, and I'm really excited about getting to know you better with everyone else tonight. All right, so you know our platform's a little bit different, and we're going to start by just getting to know you a little bit. So tell everyone your name and make sure that I am pronouncing it correctly.
You are pronouncing it correctly. It's MEKAEL Black.
Okay, and you have two books.
Yes.
I do want to show the other book too. You have one there and I have one here. This is The Fearless Princess, and then the other book is What Will A-Tal Play Today? So we're going to talk about that book in just a little bit.
Okay.
Right? Okay, so where do you live, MEKAEL?
I live in Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Okay, have you lived there all your life?
I lived about 20, I was born about 20 minutes north of here in Ellisville, a very small town, Ellisville, Mississippi. It's about 20 minutes north of here.
Okay, so I love your accent. We all know, we can tell you're a Southern girl.
Yes.
It's really nice, really nice. So you have children, right?
Yes, I have a 10-year-old boy and a 6-year-old little girl.
Okay, and so tell us, what is it that you like to do? What's your favorite activity to do with your children?
We like playing basketball.
Wow.
So we're really competitive too. When it comes to basketball, there's no holding back. It doesn't matter if you're 6 or 10.
That is good.
You are getting it today.
I bet you that's fun. You said it doesn't matter if you're 6 or 10. You're still
No,
okay.
You're getting it. Yeah, you're getting it.
That is funny. Does your husband join in and play too?
Yes.
Oh, that is wonderful. That's a nice family activity.
Yeah, and sometimes my daughter and I, we'll join together and we'll be on teams and we'll play against my husband and my son.
Oh, that's really
so we'll play horse or round the world or 3-point contest.
That's fun. That is really fun. That's different. I didn't expect you to say that at all.
Yeah.
So that is really fun. Now, your daughter, tell us your daughter's name.
Her name is Johari Black.
And she is 6, right?
She's 6, yes.
Okay. And your son's name?
Asa Black. He doesn't have a middle name. It's just Asa Black.
Okay, awesome. And Asa did a really nice commercial for me. He
Oh
read my
yeah,
book.
yeah.
And I put that video up and everyone loves it. Everyone
Yeah,
loves it. You can tell he likes to read. So
yeah,
that is great. Someone is asking where you're from. They must have just missed that. She is from Mississippi, right?
yes.
Mississippi, as you can tell from her lovely accent.
Yes. When I
Okay,
was in
so go ahead.
when I was in college in my master's program, it was a guy. He was from out of state, and he would say something again, say something again the whole time. He just wanted me to keep talking because he wanted to hear my accent. So yeah.
It is nice, though. It is very nice. Yeah,
Thank you.
we can tell immediately once you start speaking that you're from the South anyway.
Yeah.
So you told us what your favorite thing is to do with your children. What about when it's just your time, just for your own personal time? What do you like?
Yeah, I just like to relax and chill. I'll read me a book, and after I'm finished reading, then I like to watch one of my shows like The Blacklist or Law and Order,
Law
something
and
like that.
Order. I like
With
Law
my
and
cup of
Order.
tea. Yeah.
My
Cup of tea.
sister,
Yeah.
my sister watches The Blacklist. I'm not familiar with that, but I've been watching Law and Order, I think, all my life. The
Yeah, I
show's
think
been
I've
on
seen every
forever.
episode. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it is. So which one do you watch? Do you watch the newer one?
I watch the reruns and I watch the new ones. Yeah.
Okay, good. I like that because I'm a Law and Order fan. I like all the crime shows.
Yeah.
I
Me
like
too.
the ID channel and all that. Good,
Yeah.
good, good, good. Okay, so this part, we're going to actually introduce your book, which is What Will A-Tal Play Today? If you can hold that up for us again, because I have your other book, yeah. Okay, so give us a quick summary of the book.
Okay, this book is about a little boy. He loves to play. His real name is Asa, but everyone calls him A-Tal. And in the story, he will give you the reason why, they call him A-Tal.
I saw that.
And he loves to play, and if he could, he'll play all day long. And so he wakes up so early before everyone else in the house with the sun. And because of that, he and the sun has a special relationship. And so when he wakes up, the sun is out there. He's already talking to the sun, trying to figure out what he's gonna play that particular day. And so it's just about this little boy. He's fun. He although he likes to play, he does get his schoolwork, but he just want to play with his friends. He want to get outside and enjoy nature.
Yeah, it's a fun book. It's very lively and very fun. So what age group do you recommend for this book?
Well, this book is on accelerated reader. So in some school systems, they have accelerated reader program where kids can take a test on it and earn points towards their AR goal that the teacher sets for them. And so in accelerated reader, this is set at a level of grade 1.4. So in between grades 1 and grade 2.
And 2, yeah.
Right.
That's good.
Right.
That's good. Yeah, I noticed that. Having been a teacher, I noticed I was looking at the vocabulary and trying to, figure out the age group. So that's really good. So accelerated reader for first grade.
Right. Right.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay. So the next question that I like to ask is who or what inspired your story? But I think I can figure it's Asa, right?
Yes.
Your son.
Yes.
Go ahead.
The weird thing is, I didn't set out to write this story. I was asleep one morning. My daughter woke up. She had some nose issues every now and then. And so my husband went to go check on her, and they both went back to sleep, but I couldn't go back to sleep. And so I was praying, I was writing. I mean, not writing, but I was praying and just reading scriptures and just talking to God. Look, God, I'm ready to go back to sleep. I'm sleeping. And as I lay in the bed, I started hearing these words. As soon as the sun says good morning, I'm like, what? So I grabbed my phone and I just wrote out the words as it came to me. And so that morning, I had wrote out 3 stories. And when my family woke up, I was still up. It was 4 o'clock in the morning when I first woke up, a little bit before 4. And when they woke up, I told them what happened. They was like, what? You haven't been back to sleep? I said, no. So I read them the first story, and they was like, Mom,
you wrote the whole thing out right then?
Right,
the whole thing.
The whole thing. And they was like, you have to make this into a book. I wrote three stories.
Okay.
And so when I read it to him, my husband was like, you gotta make this into a book. And my son was like, Mom, because in the story, it's a rap in the story. And my son and the character A-Tal is him, you
Yeah,
know,
it
and I'm
is. It
like, it's like,
definitely is.
yeah, it's really who he is. He's the first one to wake up at home. He loves to rap. He loves to play outside with everyone in the neighborhood. So it was like God downloaded the words to my son's life, you know, for in a children's book.
For the story.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So it was truly inspired. You know, you weren't just inspired by him. It's like God gave you that story for full inspiration.
Exactly.
That's a beautiful story. That's a beautiful
Exactly.
story. And also for those out there watching, MEKAEL has another story that is beautiful about the birth of her daughter. You shared that. Is that still available on your page, or was that just?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
it's still on my
that's
page.
a beautiful story too. So I recommend people listen to that. I kind of was teared up listening to you
Oh.
tell that story. Very, very beautiful. So your family is a spiritual family.
Yes, yes.
And you seem to have a very traditional family.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Please don't call me ma'am.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah. You
Please.
know,
We're
sometimes
friends,
I have
so.
it. People my same age, and my husband's like, "Why are you saying ma'am to them?" I'm like, "I don't know, it's a habit."
That's your Southern heritage.
Yeah.
So that's fine. That is just fine. Okay, so I wanted to ask you, what is it that you love about your main character? And since this is your son, the main character is modeled after your son.
Yes.
What do you love most about that? About him being the character?
Yeah, you know, that is basically who he is. Everything about him. His fun-loving spirit, his just wanting to be outside and just enjoy nature and meet people and play with his friends and explore and being adventurous and also being studious as well, you know.
That's good.
I just loved it.
That's beautiful. And I'm sure, well, I won't say I'm sure. How does he feel about being the character in your book?
Oh, he loves it. He
Does
loves it. He's in fifth. Well, he just passed on to sixth grade, but he read the book to his fifth grade class, and he was so excited about that. And he had so much fun. Yeah, and his teacher read some of the beginning of the book, and then she told him to come up and finish it. So he rapped the part out. So that was right up his alley to get up and rap in front of the class.
That is so good. Yeah, and so you'll have to get the book in order to see this, but there's a part in the book where A-Tal is talking to his friends on the playground, and he does a rap.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I wasn't going to try to do that, like I told you. I like that part of the book, but I wasn't going to try to do
Yeah.
That's very, very special. So I wanted to know from you, as far as writing the book, since you've written more than one book, and you've shared with us how your inspiration fully came as a book.
Right.
So was this a long-held dream for you to be a children's author, or is this a recent desire that just happened?
It just happened.
That is
I'm
amazing.
telling you, I would never have even dreamed that I would be doing this right now. Never in a million years. Like, look, I did have a struggle because I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I did have a struggle. Like, should I be at work? Should I be working somewhere? Should I be doing something? You know, helping bring in more money to the household. So I battled with that with myself. Let me find a job. Let me do this. Let me do that. And so finally, I got this peace over me, like your job is your children. So you're to take care of your children, to help your husband, to be a helpmeet to him, and help him with the family business, and take care of your children. That's your job. So I got peace with that. So I was at peace with it. Okay, I'm just going to take care of my kids.
Right.
And then that happened. And so I was like, okay. So this was about 2 years ago when I just said, you know what? I'm just going to be at peace with what I feel like God really wants me to do, and that's to take care of my family. And so I just stopped thinking about a job or business and just focused on them. And then this happened.
And then that happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
I respect that. Now there's people who may not, but I really respect that. And I will share with you that I've had some of those same issues. My children are grown. Our children are grown. We have grandchildren, but I stay at home as well. And I used to struggle with, maybe I should go back to work, or I should do this. And my husband's like, no, just do what you want to do. And I had that same struggle. And I finally got to the point where I had peace with it, but not until I was doing this.
Yeah.
Not until I became an author, when I really felt in my heart and in my spirit that this was my purpose.
Right.
Then
right.
I had peace.
See? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I'm very passionate about it. So that's beautiful. And, you know, people need to accept that, you know,
Right.
where they are, what they feel their purpose is. And it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you're doing something different than what other people are doing or what other people think you should do.
Exactly.
But you have peace within yourself. And then that was when God gave you the story.
Exactly.
That's beautiful. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. That gave me
Yes.
some inspiration myself. I
Yes.
needed to hear that. That's really good. That's good. Okay, so this particular book, tell us 2 things that you would like children to remember from this book.
One is be adventurous. You know, I know with technology, the TV,
Yeah.
it can be fun. It could be tempting to stay on technology all day, play on the video games all day. But get outside and explore nature, have fun, play because you only a child, like a child in age, you know, for only some, you know, a certain amount of time. So
Exactly.
enjoy that time. I have such fun memories of just being a child and getting outside and, you know, walking through the neighborhoods and just exploring nature. So
Yeah.
that's one thing. Get outside and enjoy your years of your youth.
Okay.
And number 2 is work hard in school, and then you get to play harder. So
Right.
work hard, get your schoolwork. You're in the rap, he'll tell you he works hard.
Yes.
But he also gets to play harder. So work hard, get your schoolwork, and it'll pay off. Your parents will help you, you know, pay it off in the end. If you work hard, you produce those great grades, then it'll pay off and you get to play hard.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
So you're much younger than me, but also we had that kind of philosophy growing up. We went outside. We were outside playing almost all day.
Yeah.
You know, there wasn't that kind of technology where you can play video games for hours and hours or binge watch television. The children all played outside together.
Yeah.
And that's a healthy thing to do, actually.
Yeah, it really is.
And children
really
do need to move and exercise and play. And like you said, your childhood years are going to go past so quickly.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to go past. And also, I used to tell my children, do what you have to do first, and then you can do what you want to do. So that's along the same lines of what you're saying. So those are 2 good messages. Do your work, and then you get to play, and then play while you can.
Yeah.
Right? Play while you can. Very good. I like that. I like that so much.
Thank you.
So now comes the fun part when we answer some questions.
Okay.
We're going to answer some questions from the audience. And then we're going to get back to your book, too.
Okay.
We're going to get back to A-Tal wants to play. What will A-Tal play today?
Okay.
Right? Okay. So the questions are all on these cards.
Okay.
And I don't know which one I'm going to pick. Okay. So we're going to do 3 questions, maybe 4, depending on how quickly, how much you elaborate or how quickly you answer. But there's no rush. There's no rush. Okay. First question is, would you like to write in a different genre, or are you only inspired to write children's books?
You know, that's a great question. I had someone else that asked me, did I write before? And I told them no. But then after we got in the car, my husband said, you did write something before. And I was like, what? He said, you wrote your testimony out. And so at one point, my testimony about the miscarriages and how my daughter was conceived, I did. I went back and I found that I did write that out. And at that time, it came back to me that I did want to write that out as a testimony because so many women struggle with miscarriages or struggle with conceiving. Yeah. And so I did start to write that out, but I never finished it. So I would like to finish that. And it'll maybe be like a small testimony book and, you know, just encourage women, you know, who may be having struggles with conception.
Right. That would be good. You could do it even if it's just an ebook.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like a self-help book, and you could share your personal story.
That's a
That
good
would be
idea.
yeah, that would be really beautiful. I think people would need that, and I think people would support that.
Okay,
So
yeah.
that was a good question. See, that's
It
something
was.
that
It was.
we would never know anything like that. So that is good. And I hope that you do pursue that. I
Okay.
hope you do, because your story is good. That's the story, everyone, that I was talking about, that when you shared about your daughter's birth, her
Right.
conception and her birth. Okay, let's grab another question.
Okay.
Making sure you know I'm not looking.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Oh, I picked two. For reading pleasure, what is your favorite genre and who is your favorite author?
Oh, that's a good one. I always like to read books that will help me grow, right?
Mm,
It's going to be so, that's going to impact me, whether it's in parenting, whether it is being a better wife, being a leader in the home. So, a book by Charles Smith, Seven Steps to Being an Amazing Parent. That book
mm.
blessed me so much. That's one of my favorite books. And any Miles Monroe book,
I'm familiar with him. Mm-hmm.
I'm in love with it. I'm reading a book by him now about vision. So Miles Monroe, and my latest book I just read by Charles Smith is a great book for parents.
And
So
say the title of that book again, by Charles Smith.
Seven Amazing Steps to Raising Amazing Children.
Okay, 7 amazing steps to raising amazing children.
Yeah.
That's good.
And any Miles Monroe book. I'm
Okay.
just I love
Okay.
all his books. Yeah.
So I guess the genre would be it. I guess it is self-help, but more inspirational.
Yeah, inspirational, self-help.
Mm-hmm. Good, 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 good. Another good question. Okay, let me see another one here. This one says, what do you feel are the best sites to sell your books?
Oh wow. Well, for me, I'm new at this. I'm learning. For me, I've had more success from my own website, just selling
Okay.
books from my own website, and Amazon. Next would be Amazon. I have quite a few sales from Amazon, but
Okay.
my website, my own personal website, has brought in a great production.
Yeah.
But I am new at this. I'm
Yeah.
learning
So
as I go.
that's true. It is. It is a learning experience. I mean,
It's not
I don't
easy.
have any marketing background, so I'm learning things also
Yeah,
as I go. That
exactly.
topic, though, what you just said is something I want to speak a little bit more on.
Okay.
Are you on Clubhouse, Mikhail?
I'm not.
Okay, so you should get on there,
Okay. Okay.
but you have to be careful because it's so wonderful. You'll want to spend a lot of time on
Oh
there.
wow. Okay.
So it's all an audio platform. So
Okay.
you're in different rooms discussing different topics, right? So my writing coach is on here as well. She shared and she came in to moderate this room for me. And we talked, Nanku and I started this room, and we talked about Amazon versus your website. So how are the sales going on Amazon, and how are things as opposed to being on your website? And I said I wanted to talk about that because new authors sometimes think, oh, once I get on Amazon, oh, that's going to be
Okay.
it, right? It's like, oh, you're on Amazon, oh, you're really doing it, girl, you on Amazon. So you have this feeling that once you reach that you got it made, but it is not so. It is not so. So we had this wonderful discussion. We're talking with aspiring authors and new authors, where you kind of have on these Amazon rose-colored glasses, and you think
Right.
that once you reach that, it's going to be smooth sailing. Where in my experience is similar to yours, and I shared that I sold 300 books on my website before I sold one book on Amazon.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I agree with you. I do sell much more on my website than I do
Yeah.
on Amazon. And I guess the lesson in that for us is that you have to work to sell the books.
You do.
You
It's
can,
work.
yeah, it is. It's not, you can't just put it up on Amazon and think they're going to just automatically sell. You will get some sales because people will, if you write your book description well and you have it up there and it looks good, your cover's good, you'll get some sales. However, it takes extra effort to market your book, and your website can be one of the biggest sources of your sales.
Exactly. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. I learned that the hard way. So
Yeah.
But I do try to share that with new authors that I talk to. Don't put all your hopes into Amazon. Amazon is great. Don't get me wrong. We all use Amazon.
Right. Right.
However, don't think that once you put your book there, you know, miracles will happen, because
Exactly.
it's not. That's not the way it is. No. Okay, I'm going to ask you one more question.
Okay.
These are good answers.
Thank you.
I love that the questions are coming from the people who are viewing.
Yeah.
I love that.
They have good questions.
They really, really do. Oh, well, you answered this one. What inspired you? So what inspired you to create children's books? I'm going to ask you one more. What is one challenge you face now as an author? One challenge you face now as an author?
Another good question. Your own thoughts.
Wow.
They were, look, that's my, just about every other morning or every, you know, at least two or three times a week, I'm getting thoughts like, what are you doing?
Wow.
Why are you doing it? You don't want to be doing that. You know, I'm getting those thoughts like, nobody wants to read those books. And I have to constantly cast it down. Nope. God gave me these words, and I'm going to keep working them, working this system until he tells me to stop. Right. So just a battlefield of mind.
The battlefield of the mind.
Battlefield of the mind. Because you have thoughts of fear, thoughts of doubt, unbelief that'll come. But you just have to be strong and go back to your why. Why are you doing this? Why did you do it? I could have just said, you know what? God, you gave me this, but I don't think I'm ready to write a book, you know. But I chose to go ahead and do it. So why did I do that? Right. So I go back to that why. And it keeps me going. And then it seems like after I say, you know what, I'm going to keep going, I get some good news. You know, I'm like, okay.
That's wonderful.
So, yeah. So I'm just, the battlefield of mine has been the biggest struggle.
That's very real. Yeah. I don't think you're the only person, you know, that struggles with something like that. We have these negative thoughts, and especially when sales are slow. Yeah. And you know, you start getting these negative thoughts. I do. That happens to me too. But you're right. You have to push back on that. Yeah. You have to push back on that. In my heart, I feel like we have something to give to children. We have something positive to say to them. And, you know, for me, it's the diversity issue. Right. I am so determined to close this gap, this diversity gap in children's literature. I will not stop. So whether I have to sale today or tomorrow or whatever, I still have that fire in me to do something about that. You know, it gives me that passion. But I like what you said there. It's the battlefield of the mind. Yeah. And
go back to your why. Go back to your why.
Yeah, go back to your why. That is really good. That is really, really good. And I'm sure that other people, not just children's book authors, but for an entrepreneur in general, that's really good advice. Go back to your why. Like, why did you start this? What did you feel in you that you wanted to go forth and have your own business or do your own thing and not fit in with the rest of the crowd? So that's good. Go back to your why. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so we've asked you these questions. You guys, these were excellent questions.
They were.
They really were good. I love that, and I love the answers. It's so nice to be able to get to know you a little bit better. When we share like this, we get to know something about your personal life. You shared about your family, and then you shared about the book, and then you also shared, like, you know, what you think and how you feel in your heart, you know, what drives you. Right. So I like that, because most times we don't get to find that out about people we follow on Instagram.
That's true.
You know, we keep it pretty superficial. So I want to thank you for sharing too.
Yes.
Now, this is one of my favorite parts. So this is the part when I get to read my favorite part of your book.
Okay.
So when I started, I called this my 30-second spotlight. Okay. But immediately I knew that I couldn't just do 30 seconds. So I'm going to have to come up with some snappy name like Magic Minute or my favorite minute, or I don't know, but 30 seconds is not enough. Okay. So you have the book there. Yes. And again, for everyone, I'm going to show this book too in a minute. Okay. So I'm going to go to page 9, and if you want to show
Okay.
the illustrations while I read my favorite part. So I'm going to read my favorite minute from What Will A-Tal Play Today? Let's go, guys. Kiss your mom and say bye-bye, said Dad. A-Tal tells Aisha, I'm glad Dad takes us to school every day because we get to sleep later in the mornings. Aisha replies, it doesn't seem like it. I wish school started at 10 o'clock. A-Tal says, well, it doesn't. You need to go to bed earlier the night before, and you will sleep more. Whatever, says Aisha. That's enough now. Settle down. We've made it to school, exclaims Dad. Aisha and A-Tal get out of the car, and Dad says, have a great day, kids. I love you. Love you too, says A-Tal and Aisha. As A-Tal walks to class, he is already thinking about recess. What will I play today? I sure do love recess. That's my favorite class. Just when Mrs. Moreland was about to call on A-Tal to answer a question, the bell rings for recess. A-Tal is saved by the bell, and he blurts out, yes! That is my favorite minute of this book. That's one of my favorites. The other favorite is the rap.
Okay.
Which I don't want to spoil.
Right,
I think they
right.
need to get the book and see that.
Yeah.
But this is my favorite part of the book, and I'll tell you why. I really like the family. I like how you focus on the family in this book. You have the kids, well, before this part, they're getting up and they're getting ready, but you have the kids saying goodbye to mom, kissing mom goodbye, Dad says, and then they jump in the car with their dad. And you can tell this is a special time for them. First of all, they get to sleep a little bit later, but they like being with their dad in the car. That's really important for children to see.
Yeah.
I also like how A-Tal and Aisha have that little sibling thing going on.
Real life.
She's like, whatever.
Real life.
And I could tell. So now that we know that this is modeled after your children, after your son and his sister, it makes it more special to know that. So I really, really like that whole, promotion of the family, the sibling relationship, the relationship with the parents. Yes. I really like that. Thank you. That is my favorite minute of the book, and that's why I like it. What do you think about the part that I chose?
I like that too. And the kids and the teachers, when I read it in the schools, they like it too. They're laughing, and the teachers are like, I wish school started at 10 o'clock too, Aisha. Like, I've had one teacher blurt that out while I was reading, like, I wish school started at 10 o'clock too. And so the kids, and then when they're going back and forth, like, whatever, because I get really dramatic when I read it. So I say, whatever. And they laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Laugh. Yeah. So, the kids like that too.
Yeah. Well, you know why? Because it's real life, right? It's real life. It's a really fun book, and it makes you smile. Yeah. And I love how it's just real life. It's real family. It's real school, and every child can relate to that. Getting up, getting ready for school, whoever's at home with you, saying goodbye, kiss them goodbye, even I love you, and then going off to school. And every child can see themselves in the classroom. And your illustrations are really nice. I hope people got a good look at the illustrations. Really, really nice. So I like this book. I hope that others will purchase the book. Yes. I hope they will. Can you give your website?
It's MEKAELBLACK.com, MEKAEL Black, BLACK.com.
Okay, and I'm going to include that in our post as well. Okay. Right? So yeah, I really like this book, and I do want to just take a minute to talk about this book, because I read this one too. Okay. And this one is The Fearless Princess. Yes. And so the first book, A-Tal, is modeled after your son, and this one is inspired by Aisha, right? The Fearless Princess. Yes. Can you just tell us real quick about this book?
Yes, this book is about real life events from my daughter's life. And again, this book was written like the following weekend. The same thing happened, except I just woke up in the middle of the night with these words, and I
I
just wrote it
cannot
down.
believe that. That is
Um,
amazing.
it's on everything. I could have wrote this. Like, I'm not a writer. And so I just wrote it out as they came to me. And it is everything that happened in this book happened in my daughter's life, for real, like
Wow.
real life.
Now this is
And
her as the fearless princess right there.
yes. And it's about a little girl. She's faced with a lot of fears, common fears that little kids are faced with. Kids are faced with a lot of fears, and sometimes they don't really talk about them or express them to you, to their
Right.
parents. But she overcomes those fears with the help of her parents and her faith in God. And her name, Sarai, means my princess. Her name,
Oh,
Aisha, means she who lives. I didn't put that in the book, but her name,
that's
Aisha
beautiful.
Sarai, and it means she who lives, my princess. But the book focuses on her overcoming her fears in life, and it's based off real life events that happened in her life.
In her life. And these are real life events that other little girls could relate to as well.
Yeah.
So this is very, the message is very loving and comforting.
Yeah.
And encouraging, so that like they'll be brave and courageous in the face of fears that they face.
I've had several adult women tell me that they've been inspired to overcome
Wow.
their fears, public speaking fears, just getting over some of the fears that they may have. They were inspired by reading the book, and I was like, wow, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
As adults, it's sometimes hard for us to get rid of strongholds. Fear can become a stronghold. So sometimes it may be hard for us to let it go or release it. But if you get it early, you teach your child early that they don't have to live in fear and be afraid, they'll get over. I had one lady tell me her daughter said, I want to sign up for swim lessons after reading the book.
Oh,
She
because
started
it gave her
swim
the
lessons.
courage. And this
Yes,
is her at night, like sleeping in her bed.
She signed up for swim lessons the year before, but she ended up quitting. But now she wants to start back her swim lessons.
That's beautiful.
And yeah, so kids are being inspired, encouraged, and it's easy to motivate and encourage in kids because they're easily, they believe you.
They listen. Yeah, they believe you. They believe
as your
you.
parent. They
You're
will.
right.
Okay, you tell them I don't have to be afraid of this.
Right.
And then you show them in the Word of God that they don't have to be afraid.
And you do that in this book. That's another thing I wanted to say. In this book, you actually use scripture to show that. And for a little girl who's afraid about something, to see another little girl who conquers her fears and she becomes a fearless princess. Every girl wants to be a princess.
Exactly.
I think this is a great message. It's really a great message, and I love her as her little princess with her crown and all and her cape. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Very nice. I'm glad we got to share about both of the books. Right?
Yes, me too.
And yeah, this has been great, and I do have a few more questions for you.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the last part of our interview. This is what we'll be calling the final 5, because I started with 4. I added another one.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you about your level of nerdiness.
Okay.
Okay. I believe everybody has something that they are nerdy about. I have a few things, but what is it that makes you kind of nerdy, or what kind of nerd are you, and what is it about?
Okay. Well, I like being creative, right? Okay. I like crafting and something like the title here and the title here.
Okay.
I did that.
You did that?
I did. Wow. And so if I'm putting together a design or a craft and I ask somebody says, oh, I help you with that. And I'm like, you don't really want them to help you? I'm like, So I'm like extra nerdy when it comes to having the design right or the cut right, or, if you're going to put together stuff that is done neatly, nicely.
No, you're just a nerd about it, so that's okay. You are what we'll call a craft nerd.
Yeah, I'm a craft nerd.
Okay, that's cool. Nerd. That's really good. I like it. I like that. And so, MEKAEL, what is your favorite movie? Favorite all-time movie?
Okay. I love, don't judge me.
What?
Trading Places with Eddie
Eddie Murphy?
Murphy.
Oh my
I
God.
like Trading Places and Home Alone. I could watch Home Alone all day, every day.
Really?
Yeah,
So
and
you like comedies?
I do. I like comedies the most. I want to laugh. I don't want to be crying or watching
I
scary
like
movies. I like to laugh.
Yeah, that sounds like you. You have that bubbly, loving, open spirit. That sounds just like you. And my husband has watched that movie at least 50 times since we've been married, I'm sure. I'm sure of it.
What, Trading Places?
Yes. Trading Places. Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's okay. We
So
can get along.
Right. Oh, and I just like, didn't we just watch this like a couple weeks ago? I don't know. I leave the room.
Yeah.
What is your favorite book?
Okay, that's a good one. Oh. I have to get one.
Just one. But you can have a list of favorites. Just share with us one. You shared with us one already. The one about the amazing parent, how to be an amazing parent.
Yeah. Okay. All Miles Monroe books. All his books.
I've actually read a few of those.
Yeah. I don't know if I could just pick one. I like C.S. Lewis too. The Chronicles of Narnia.
Chronicles of Narnia. Oh yes.
Yeah, I like that too.
That's a good one. That's a good one to pick as a favorite. That's one that always kind of sticks with you.
Okay.
That's
I'm going to go with that one then.
Chronicles of Narnia. Good. That's a classic.
Yes.
So what would you say is your favorite word? Favorite word you like to say, you like to hear, you like to write? What's your favorite word? I'm a word person.
Okay. This is harder than what it sounds like. Favorite word.
I can't blame these on the audience because these are mine. The final 5 are my questions.
Okay. Hilarious.
I like that. Hilarious. Okay. So that kind of goes
I'm always saying that. You're so hilarious.
Okay. So that goes with your whole, you like comedies, you like to have fun, you like to play. That goes with that. Yeah. That's good. Okay. Very last question. What is the issue that is your, I cannot with you? What is it?
Smacking.
Somebody smacking you or smacking
on their food.
Oh my gosh.
On their gum. Right. Look, I told my husband, we went through marital counseling, premarital counseling before we got married. And it was like, what's one thing you cannot, deal with? And I said smacking on gum. It's like the chalkboard, scratching the chalkboard. That's how it is for me. And so if he gets chewing on gum, smacking on, I'm like,
give it up.
Yeah. You remember what you said in counseling? You're going to stop smacking.
That is so funny. And I ask that because everybody has something.
Yeah.
Everybody has something. It's just that one thing. And it may not be for anybody else, but for you, that is it. You cannot deal with it. So that's why I asked. And it's just fun to get to know you, know those personal things about you. Well, you were a delight to interview.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed this. I want you to hold your book up again.
Okay.
What will A-Tal play today? Okay. And then I'm going to hold up The Fearless Princess. And both of these books are available on Amazon, right?
Amazon and my website.
And the website, MEKAELBLACK.com. All of that information will be on my page, and I'll put it on this video as well. Is there anything else that you would like to share with the viewers? And no, I'll go through, too, and see if there's any questions. But go ahead. Is there anything else?
I have on my... I don't know if you can see
you got your Fearless Princess t-shirt. Nice.
And I have one for A-Tal as well. Work Hard, Play Harder t-shirt. They're listed on my website.
They're on your website?
And I have the Fearless bracelet on my website as well. But one thing, if I have to say, for people to take away is get your children reading as early as possible.
That's right.
Once they fall in love with reading, the benefits will pay off in the end. 1.2 million children drop out of school every year.
Isn't that unbelievable?
1.2 million. And the number two reason why is because of academics. Yeah. Failure or lack of reading, not knowing how to read. So it affects them in reading and science, math and science.
Math and science.
And so, by fourth grade, if they're not reading at a proficient level, they're 4 times more likely to drop out of school.
Exactly.
So if you get them reading early as possible.
As early as possible. You're
then
right.
You got yourself a reader and a leader.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. I agree with that, because a lot of people don't realize, some parents, I'm not trying to judge, but I'm just saying these are some mistakes that we can make as parents. Oh, he'll catch up next year, or she'll catch up next year. When it gets to that critical point, it is very difficult for a child to recover.
Right.
So I'm actually releasing for pre-order an ebook on the 24th of June. I'll talk more about it.
Okay.
But it's just what you're speaking about. It's titled, Is Your Child an Excellent Reader? And
Right.
it's a guide to unleashing the genius potential in your child.
Exactly.
Because once you conquer reading, doors are open. Because if you are an excellent reader, just basically in reading, you're going to be better in math. You're going to be
Yep.
better in science, history, computer science, everything. Because you're able to really comprehend. You're able to take the instructions and take them up a notch. You know, you're able to actually advance.
Exactly.
You're not held back by anything. Sometimes in school subjects, just the instructions or the directions will block a child.
That's true.
They can read, but they are blocked because
That's
they can't
true.
really follow those steps. They're not comprehending. So that's a hot topic for me, and that's
It
why
is.
yeah.
It
So I'm writing
is.
that book. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've tutored children in reading for years, and just doing some research. It really is an issue, and I wish everyone loved reading. It's
Yeah.
just the fact that everyone doesn't.
Right.
You know? But I really do believe it's never too early, like you said, to introduce your child to read. And it's never too late to fall in love with reading.
That's right. And I believe, Naomi, that there's an author who has written a book just for your child. Your child may not like, they may not like The Fearless Princess.
That's right.
But they may like a book on trucks or
Right.
football or basketball or science. They may,
Right.
it's a book out there for them.
Yes.
That will grab their attention.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to keep going, keep trying it until they find it. Just like with a kid, when you try to feed them peas the first time, they might spit it out, but you don't stop trying to feed it to them.
Right. You try it again later.
Yeah, and then they'll catch on like, okay,
yes.
I like these peas. So keep trying. If they may not like a book at first, keep trying different types of books, different genres of books until they catch on. Because I hear too many testimonies of kids who have struggled with reading and they drop out or have problems, become juvenile delinquents. And then I hear testimonies of kids. I heard, I'm going to say this real fast. This guy, one of my Facebook friends, he said he shared a memory of how he used to take his son to the bookstore every week.
Mm-hmm.
After that, eat lunch, they'll go to the bookstore. He said he bought probably over 100 books. But now he has a full scholarship because he developed that tradition with his young child, with his little kid. He kept it going as he grew older. Now he has a full scholarship. So that small investment in books and time spent with his child.
Yes.
Now he has a full scholarship to school.
Yeah.
So it pays off.
It does, and there is a connection there. There really is. There really is. And a part of the book that excuse me, that I'll be releasing is it talks about the first step, the very first step before I even share anything, any tips about reading, is knowing your child.
Yeah.
You know, if you know your child, you really invest in what they like. If you put a book in front of a child when it's a topic that they like, you're helping them to learn to love reading.
Exactly.
You know, and if this child likes bugs, find every book you can possibly find on bugs. And let the child read. Let the child look at pictures before they can read. So there's a lot of things that we can do early, like you said, as early as possible to instill that love, that curiosity, and the satisfaction that comes from reading on the topic that you're interested in. So that's really good. Good. Well, I could talk to you for another hour, MEKAEL. It's been great. It really has been great. So I want people to, again, I'm going to tag you, MEKAELBlack.com, and also MEKAEL Black on Instagram is your handle, I believe. Yeah. Yes. So I will definitely do that. And I hope that people will visit your website and get your book. And I look forward to engaging with you more. I don't see any questions. People are saying it's a good interview. They really enjoyed everything. And we definitely appreciate you all for watching. And then next week, our guest is going to be Storytime with Jax.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so that'll be good too. So every Tuesday, everyone, at 6 o'clock here on Instagram Live is Kid Author Connect. And I do hope that you're enjoying getting to know these authors a little bit better. Send your questions in to me. You can DM me or you can post them on, I'll post and ask for questions and you can answer there. But your questions are the basis for our interview. So thank you, MEKAEL. I'll talk to you
Thank
soon,
you.
okay?
Okay,
All right.
bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.